I wanted to move on to the topic of communication because that's a very big one in terms of how jewelers and their subcontractors, for everyone to be happy at the end of the day, communication is important, and everybody's nodding, so I'm assuming that's a really big part of it. And for every jeweler who will tell you, I got a guy who didn't listen to me, you'll have a subcontractor who will go, I had a jeweler who was a nightmare. So yes. We all know this is true. It's the unspoken, you know, at polite events like this, but we all know that it happens. And we all get to know who is going to deliver for us, whether it's a jeweler who's going to deliver a good instruction for the subcontractor and a subcontractor who's going to listen. So, Calla, why don't you start and talk a little bit about communication, what you do.
Okay, I discovered early on that what I wrote on my job envelope was really important. And I really didn't like the limitations of the little mustard-colored envelopes that I was buying at the Findings House. So I designed my own. Thanks to a company called Impact Specialties, you can make your own custom work envelope. The top line on my envelope has a line, it says ring size. Then it has metal, and I circle 14K or 18K, I circle yellow gold or white gold, I circle platinum or sterling silver. So instead of scrawling that out and having it misunderstood, which believe me, I've written yellow gold and gotten a white gold casting and had them go, that looks like a W. And I go, that is a Y. And my husband goes, babe, it looks like a W. Oh, didn't like it when that happened. So I made my own envelope. Also, I made it white because I wanted my envelope to stand out from other people's envelopes. I want my envelope to say, hey, that's Calla Gold jewelry. We need to do that quickly. It's white, it's different, it's jolly. You know, whatever I can do to communicate that I'm the job you want to do your best job on, that's what I'm doing. Then I have a 2-line description area where I describe what my jeweler is receiving. 14 karat yellow gold is circled, and then I write 4-prong, 1 carat diamond, solitaire, 2mm band, etc. Then under instructions, I give myself a really long area for instructions. I also found that the little manila envelopes spent all kinds of time on all kinds of junk, and there wasn't very much room for me to write. And you've noticed I talk a lot. I write a lot too. So I need a lot of room to write what I want. So I found this to be very helpful through my logo, not my logo, but my information on top, so they won't forget who I am. And sometimes I write a little messy. I never wanted them to wonder, whose job is this? So I have my name, phone number, everything very prominently on there so that if there's a question, my guys can grab the envelope and pick up the phone and go, what is it you want me to do with this shank? I just see shank. And I'm like, I wrote re-shank. Oh, I thought that was a hobbit. You want me to re-shank that? Okay. So anyway, I find that communicating with this special envelope is really helpful. Do I have time to tell you a little more? All right. I also know that where custom jobs are concerned, you can't just write everything you want on this envelope. So inside this envelope is my customer bid sheet. Okay, I admit it. I'm lazy. I'm efficiently lazy. When I write my customer bid sheet, I put millimeter width. I write whether it's Bombay or flat. I write the details that my wax carver and caster and setter are going to want. And I write it in such a way that my client feels like I really understand them. And this is exactly what we discussed. And I'll say to them, I've put the technical details down here so that we're all on the same page. And they'll say, what's this 7mm? And I go, oh, that means 7 millimeters. And I get out my gauge and I go, that's the thickness that we decided on. Oh yeah, I remember that. What they don't realize is I'm not really writing that to make them happy. I'm writing that so that my wax carver will carve a millimeter band. And I've learned not to write Bombay and to write low dome, medium dome, or high dome, because my clients are like, What's this Bombay? And I'm like, sorry, it's Italian for rounded. Oh, okay. So I'm learning, but I have Taiwanese, Korean, Italian, Armenian, Spanish. I have all kinds of people I work with. And sometimes I write anillo, which is Spanish for ring, instead of ring. And I look at my lovely bid sheet and I go, recycle time, I need to rewrite that. So the information, what I do is I have a document on my computer so that I can print these out on demand, and I make sure that everything's below where my letterhead is so that I can have it on my Calla Gold letterhead. So it looks all official, like I had a printer do this, but actually I had my copier do this. I have the same information as on the top of my work envelope, the metal type, the color of the metal, the finger size, the customer name, and I put the date of bid. And I put the date of bid because with the rising price of gold and platinum and the fluctuating price of silver, not that I really want to do custom stuff in silver, because after you spend all their money on wax carving and design time, and then you make it in silver, it seems like a waste. But at any rate, if I tell them, this is the date of your bid, this bid is valid for this date. If gold goes up $100, you will be paying more, so say yes quick. And you know what? They do. It's the most awesome thing. I just got the go-ahead on wedding rings for people that are getting married in June. And at first they're like, how long is it going to take you to make my rings? And I said, 3 to 4 weeks, but the price may have gone up. So why don't you just do it now? And then it'll be out of the way. And they said, okay. So that was really nice. Now, my wax carver, bidder, setter, these guys love these things. I do write neatly on this, because if I don't, I will get something I don't want. And I will have to pay for it, and my client will not, because I'll be redoing it. So if you have a customer bid sheet with drawings, I'll show you one. You can come up and take a look at an actual filled out one. This is a customer bid sheet. It's got a drawing. It's got my technical write down. I put this inside my work envelope, and my guys were telling me, you have to show them the work envelope. You have to show them the bid sheet. I asked my subs, what do you want me to tell these people? And my sub said, you gotta tell them messy handwriting doesn't work. I get tired of calling people to clarify their details. And if I'm in a rush, I'm gonna guess. And if you don't answer, I'm gonna guess. And it's gonna be your problem, not mine. And they get kind of steamy and red in the face about it. So make it really easy, make it really clear, and you will have you'll just have a really happy relationship with your subs.